I am so tired right now. I didn't sleep very well, and then I had to work the full day and then take a train home to Bielefeld, and now I'm here. It's good that it's not a fatiguey kind of tired, because otherwise I probably wouldn't be sitting here and actually keep on going with this. But even so, that's about as eloquent as I can still be right now. Brain fried. So I've turned on this camera without having any idea what this video is going to be about, because most of the things that I would like to talk about, that I have ideas about, they take more. They take more me, more presence. Wake up. So let's just have a chat about what's on my mind. I would ask you what's on your mind, but it's kind of a one-way relationship here, so there's what's on my mind. Well, I've been kind of nostalgic today because there was this one picture that I wanted to show a friend, so I dove through my old Facebook pictures and then came across a couple of things that are like years back. And also I'm going to Berlin soon for a couple of days, and I haven't been back there since, I think 2013, maybe 14. It was probably November 2014, so that's still 3 years, roughly. There were times when I used to go to Berlin like 3 or 4 times a year, and now I haven't been in 3 years, which is really sad. I miss that city a lot. At the same time, I'm kind of anxious or worried about going back, because especially in the last 3 years, a lot has changed for me in terms of personal development and just generally how I see the world, I guess. And going back to a city that holds so much of my past will be interesting. I kind of feel the same about London, especially because I have a lot of negative memories with London, and I also have a lot of negative memories with Berlin, which doesn't keep me from really liking both of those cities. So memories still kind of fuck me up. Not because they're bad memories per se, but just the concept of memories. I know that every time I think a memory, I change it a little bit, because there's no like memory storage in our brains like on computers. Whenever we think of something that we remember, like we create that connection again, so it's always probably slightly different. Things are never the way that we recall them, which that in itself is just like mindfuck. And I've also been listening to music that I haven't been listening to in forever, and that I do deeply connect with Berlin and a couple of people there. Music and smells, I think, are the two things that connect me to my memories the most. When I hear an album or a song that I listen to on a certain trip, I connect it with that trip, and the memories will just come rushing in. And the same thing with scents or smells. Like some deodorants I wouldn't want to use anymore because I used them at a certain time in my life that I don't really want to be reminded of on a daily basis or whatever. But yeah, I was also talking about this with a friend the other day, that it feels kind of weird to be back at my mum's place, because I used to live there for roughly 3 years as well, and I still stay in my old room now, but it doesn't feel like my old room anymore. It doesn't look like my old room, which helps. There's just 2 things, like 2 bookshelves. They are still mine, and they still have a lot of my books, but that's about the only thing in that room that's still the same. But yeah, the rest of the flat doesn't really feel like home anymore either. Not necessarily in a bad way that I feel like a stranger there, but it certainly does feel like I'm visiting my mum. But yeah, it's not home for me anymore. Sometimes when the weather is just right and there's a certain smell in the air, I get reminded of those old days again, but also in a very distanced way. It feels very much like this place is my home. Like Bielefeld is my home, and also this flat. I sadly won't be living here for that much longer. I mean, I will still be living here for a year, but given the fact that I've lived here for 4 years already, that's not that much longer. But yeah, it's interesting how places can become your home, and places that used to be home or used to feel like home just aren't anymore. And coming back to Berlin will be exciting to see what the city has to offer me now. Well, this took an interesting turn down memory lane. Only not really because I didn't go into any details, but I will see you tomorrow for day 15. Holy shit. But yeah. Good night.